What's up, everybody? It's Death I Bring, and I'm back. Today we're going to be talking about how people get robbed in jail or prison. And unfortunately, this is not a myth. It happens all the time, man. I'm going to tell you some of the number one reasons why people get robbed and how they get robbed. From my own personal visual experience seeing these people get robbed, I'm going to show you right now, or tell you right now, how this happens. Okay, first of all, let's just get into why people get robbed, okay? You can be the biggest dude in the block, okay? It don't matter. There's jealous, hating people all over prison and jail. They're starving, okay? You don't understand the amount of hunger men go through in prison and jail. They do everything in prison and jail to make money for food or drugs, okay? So, with that being said, it's mostly for food, okay? People are hustling all day, every day in prison and jail for food. That's right. So now we got that out the way. When people go to the store, okay, every once a week, or once every 2 weeks, you can go to get canteen and get your food, your hygiene, and all this, that, and the third. Usually you get an orange netted bag by the state. They give it to you for free, and then you carry this thing with you everywhere. You keep it, you put your laundry in it if you want to, but usually people take it out and they carry it down to the canteen store to get food. And most of the time these canteen stores are away from the housing compound, so you got to walk a pretty good distance. When you go to buy canteen, unless you know people and you're respected in prison, you don't want to get a lot of it, okay? When you get a lot of canteen, it draws attention to you and people are going to start hating. They're going to start plotting and planning to come get that food, man. And that's just how it is. Okay, even on the streets, people rob people with good stuff all the time. So, if you're going to get canteen and you're just fresh to the penitentiary, try to make it minimal, okay? Minimal. Just get what you need to survive until the next day till you get a little more feel of the flow of prison and everyone around you. After a good month or two, maybe less, you'll be able to start buying more and more and more. And then you're good. But if you do happen to go and spend $200 in the canteen store, you're going to regret it on your first week, because if you ain't affiliated with some gangs, or you're just now starting to get the hang of it, you don't know how to fight, you're not no UFC champion, well, just take my word for it, okay? Go light on buying the canteen. Now, ways that people get robbed in prison, okay? I've seen a few ways. I'm going to name a couple stories that happened that I saw. There's two different types of prisons, okay? There's cells, where you got your own cell, and there's dormitories. The low-level prisons usually have dormitories, and that's where most people go in America. So, in dormitories, you got lockers. People obviously know how to pick locks with a piece of soda can. That is another video for another day. People pick locks, and if you're not locking your stuff, sometimes the lock levers in most prisons don't work, okay? You can put a lock on it, but them things are just so old and beat up from people breaking into them over and over. The locks really don't do nothing. It's best to put your lock in a sock so you can beat them up when they're trying to take your stuff. That's the best way to use your lock. Anyways, so I've seen people in the middle of the night while they're sleeping crawl on the floor, okay? Crawl under all the bunks just to get to your bunk and rob you and then slide on back out while you're sleeping. You won't know what happened, okay? That's dormitory. I've seen gang members, okay? Gang members that walk around with a bag, and they'll walk to your cell. They'll know what cells to walk to, okay? They're watching. They're looking for that fresh meat. And they'll walk to your cell with this bag, and they'll tell you to pay dues, man. Every week they will be asking you to pay up. They might not take all of your food because they don't want you leaving. They don't want you telling the police. They're going to say, hey, just give me $3 and we're going to make sure that you have a peaceful life here in this cell block. And most of the time, people pay it up, okay? Or they rumble. That's it. If you don't want to pay for your food, you better believe they're going to drop that bag, come back and rumble, or they're going to drop that bag and rumble you right there on the spot. Might have some teeth busting through your lips by the end of the day. So, my case, I'm going to fight. I don't care what the deal is. Now, if they pull out some shanks, I might have to kick that out to them. I might have to do it. And I might have to figure out a way to get the hell up out of there. Go talk to one of the shot callers and be like, look, man, I respect you, this, that, and the third, but I need these guys to stop doing this stuff, man. For real. Go talk to the shot caller one-on-one. They respect that stuff, man. And if you don't know what they look like, go look at some of my old videos. It teaches you exactly what a shot caller looks like. But for the most part, I'm going to fight for mine, man. I'm going to fight for all my food. So there you go. There's another way. They will come to your door and ask you to pay dues. I've seen people, just random people, okay? Random thieves, okay? For the cell blocks, they leave cell doors open, okay, during the day. You can leave your cell and go to chow or something. And within that split second, someone will walk right up in your cell, take what you got, and go. Just that quick, man. That's how it is. Another way people are getting robbed is inconspicuously. Okay? They'll be robbing you blind without you even knowing it. Okay? They'll be telling you you'll be gambling, and you'll think you're winning, but you're at the end of the day you lost more than you won. People are watching your cards, either watching your cards, or they got loaded dice, anything, man. There's scam artists all over prison that are robbing you blind and you probably would never even know it. Another way to rob you blind, but this is by your own choice, okay? Going to the store box. The store box is an inmate with a ton of food, okay? Usually with a lot of power, because anyone who runs a store box got respect, and you know they're not getting robbed by the young bucks. So therefore, this guy's running the store box. He's got a lot of power in the penitentiary or the cell block. He will sell you food for, let's say, 2 ramen noodle soups, 2 for $3. Or they'll do 2 for $4. But it's your choice. If you're willing to pay that interest, you're starving and you need something to get you by to the end of the week, that's what it is. And I'm going to tell you another thing. It's good to get in with your store boxes. And even if you have food, you can go to this guy and still ask for little things just so you can get into his good graces. So that way it keeps money coming to him, and he keeps the young bucks off of you because he knows you're a moneymaker to him. Okay? That's right. So go store box a couple things. Nothing major. Nothing major, man. Just to get into the groove of the penitentiary and the people around you. When you go to this store box, this guy that has a lot of respect in the cell block, once a week or something, you're keeping money on his books. You are feeding him a little bit of money. That's called contributing to the game. So go out there and store box a couple things. Nothing major, but this is just to keep yourself intact with the community. When you give money to that guy, he's going to keep people off your back. Trust me, he wants more money. And it's the legal way, okay? He is not robbing you. You are choosing to pay him this little bit of interest in order to keep good graces around the block. Now, this is going to be a short video because I haven't seen too many people. There's not too many scenarios on how you can get robbed, okay? It's just not. Those scenarios are pretty much the main ones. But this one is the craziest, man. And I've seen it so many times, it blows my mind. I watch it out of pure, what is the word? Just out of fun. I'll be watching this go on, and I'll just be pure entertainment, okay? Even though it's very messed up and it's not a good thing to do, it happens. And you're not going to snitch on it. You're just going to sit there and be entertained by how stupid this guy is and what's happening to him. Some of these new guys will come with their canteen bag on their shoulder and they'll go get their food. They're coming back to the housing unit. And guess what? A young buck might walk up onto you and start talking to you as you're walking, ask to borrow some food, while the other young buck behind him, and you don't even see it, slices your bag right open with a razor blade with a little hole. That way when you're walking away, you'll slowly be dropping food out your bag, and people are just steady picking it up right behind you. Usually happens in penitentiaries with stairwells, different floors, but I've seen it happen anywhere. So be alert and be aware of who's behind you as you're walking back with this canteen food, okay? You want to make sure no one's slicing your bag open and you're walking away. Your bag just keeps getting lighter and lighter, and then all of a sudden you whip it around and check it out. There's like 5 noodles in there, man. You know, you just bought 100 ramen noodles. There's only 5 in there now. And guess what? The 19 freaking hundred young bucks behind you are picking this food up like seagulls, man, and they disperse before you even know what happened. Before you can ask or question anyone about it, and you're screwed. So the moral of this story, man, is keep your eyes and ears open to everything going on around you. And if you want to make it an easy way to fit into the community and kick to those gang members or stuff like that, go to the store box and support their cause, man. You know, just like CDs in the convenience store. These guys are out there hustling. They putting their CDs in the corner shop. I'll buy 1 or 2, never listen to it. But just to know that they're getting a little kickback in what they're doing, it makes me feel good, okay? Another thing, this is not about the prison robbery or nothing like that. This is more for people that are creating their YouTube channel freshly new like me. I'm learning great tricks on how to make green. This is a at-home green screen, man. That's where I got my professional stuff coming in a couple days of green screen. But I made this green screen behind me. You know, these prison bars and stuff. Yeah, well, it's nothing but a green sheet of special cloth from a fabric store. And that's going to be a whole nother episode. I'm going to teach y'all exactly what software I use to edit all my stuff and how to make your DIY green screen for under $100. That's right. For under $100, I am movie editing and made my green screen for under $100. That's right. So, stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Now's the time to do it, man, because I'm dropping fresh content every day as usual. And always, I want to say I love you to everyone that's been liking and subscribing to my channel. I'm working hard for you, man. You know, I work a full-time job, and this is what I do on my hobbies, and I'm really enjoying it. I got many hobbies, but this is one of my main new ones. And I'm really hoping that y'all are enjoying it as much as I am. Anyways, until the next episode, man, I'd like to thank y'all for joining me on how to learn about different ways on getting robbed in jail or prison. Until the next time, man, death I bring. Bah!